Thank you. Thank you.
We always kind of hit a local trail, and it's not necessarily that easy to connect with the trails around Evanston, and that's kind of where ETA started.
This is the Evanston Transit Alliance July Ride from Fountain Square in downtown Evanston. This month we are taking the North Branch Channel Trail to the 312 River Run along the Chicago River. They are the only trails that enter Evanston. The Green Bay Trail to the north ends at Wilmette, and the Chicago Lakefront Trail doesn't connect to the Evanston Lakefront Trail, and we don't have any east-west trails or bike routes.
It's one of the reasons why I almost thought not to bring my clip-ins.
A lot of stop and start. Yeah.
Hopefully once we get on the trail it won't be.
Oh yeah, but it's okay.
So it really helps to know your way around the side streets to find your ways to the trails. This is Harbert Park on the Evanston side of the channel, and Evanston has a series of parks going all the way up to Green Bay, but none of these trails connect park to park. At every major road crossing, you've got Maine, Dempster, Church, Emerson, there's no crossing between the trails on the east side of the channel. So you have to go over to the west side on what's the North Branch Channel Trail. It goes through the Sculpture Park and the Ladd Arboretum. But in Evanston, the only way to get there is to take one of these IDOT bridges with a single width, single file sidewalk and very low railing. And you're going along a 5-lane stroad. And on the west side of the channel, you get a beg button and a painted crosswalk. The main street has painted bike lanes that goes into Skokie. And then you get a good quarter-mile stretch of very nice prairie path before you get to the next intersection where you push the beg button again and cross the 5-lane stroad. And then you're rewarded with another lovely section of prairie path. But that changes once we get into Chicago. Here we are just past Devon, crossing back to the east side of the channel, and you'll notice we have a full-width bike path as opposed to the IDOT bridge. And here we are going underneath Lincoln, the next street we got to. And you can see ahead the bridge for Peterson. We're going to go under that one as well. Now here we are going underneath Bryn Mawr. And here we are going underneath Foster. The first street we're going to come to is Argyle, and we're going to get there going through more prairie path with beautiful waterfalls.
Go over, I can't remember. Yeah, we want to cross here. So we go that way and then over.
I was hanging out at the back of the group and trying to keep everybody together.
Did the group
This group
split?
decided to head back.
Yeah, we're gonna try to catch up with them.
Did they go that way or to the other side here?
Straight up the trail is just...
Yeah.
Well, it's on both sides and you have to cross over at one point.
I was trying to save this group from riding on Lawrence, because if you cross here to the west side, then you don't have to do this little bit of bike lane on Lawrence, but it's just across the bridge, and there was actually construction on the other side anyway.
Good.
So now we're on the North Manor Avenue Greenway. And that was an old classmate from high school, haven't seen in years. And at the end of the Greenway, it's marked by a raised crosswalk, and the street crossing has a pedestrian island. Makes it very easy to get across.
Look at how easy it is to cross a major street like Montrose. Yeah, we want to go left. Go left.
Again, glad I stayed near the back to make sure everybody knew the route. Get to the end of the trail. My neighbor hadn't ridden this way before. They like to ride their bike a lot.
Yeah.
We were talking about just how nice it was to be traffic free all of this way. We're going underneath Addison now. And here we are at Clark Park and the Garden Dirt Jumps at the end of the 312 River Run.
You made it.
Jesper on the e-cargo bike was kind enough to bring a cooler full of water for everybody. Now, after getting a look at the Channel Trail in Chicago, I want to take a moment as we ride back to talk about this feasibility study that was done by the Wilmette Park District, the Village of Wilmette, and the City of Evanston to explore continuing the trail to the end of the North Branch, where it meets with Lake Michigan at Gilson Park and the Baha'i Temple in Wilmette. Now, to do that, we'd need to get across Green Bay Road and the Metro tracks. The study proposes an underpass and a floating path like the one I was just riding on. So this is the first step in a long process, and despite writing a real-life feasibility study right now, this is how it has to work. It's a complicated world, and Evanston, Wilmette, and the Wilmette Parks, and the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District, who actually owns the waterway, and the U.S. Army engineers all have to figure out if it can be done, both politically and from an engineering and legal point of view. And the study says, yes, we can do it. All we need is one of the municipalities to take on the project, so it might even get built in my lifetime. But I won't hold my breath, and in the meantime, I'll just keep riding the bike.
Like, it's a lot more cool.
But like you could take it if you could like carry it up the stairs.
Oh, yeah.
But that was my first e-bike and my first cargo bike all in one. It was really nice.
Yeah, this is just super nice for like just general cover placement.
All right, go ahead. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Good evening. Dingle dingle. Your left. On your left, on your left. Woo!